Watch here, everybody, as Ben Shapiro completely and utterly shreds a pro-choice argument presented by a student in favor of abortion. And frankly, he doesn't even seem to care about human life by his own admission. Guys, this is going to be a fun video. I know you're going to like it. Abortion, I think, is a very interesting issue, and it's one that, in my view, the right typically does a very poor job of presenting or arguing against. They're just terrible at it. Ben Shapiro, however, is not one of those people. I think he makes a solid argument on it and has done so time and time again. So we appreciate you for that, Ben. Thank you. So we're going to get right into it, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. But first, everybody, I need you to help me out, all right? You already know what it is, don't you? Please do me a favor and like our video, share it around, and yes, if you are new, subscribe to the Resist the Mainstream YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you this great content. And for those of you who have subscribed, welcome back. You guys are awesome. With that being said, everybody, let's get to the video. As always, I'm your host, Arian.
Happy Halloween, Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I have an issue with your stance on abortion.
Okay.
Right, so you define life as starting at conception through biology, pretty much. But I think you take the stance that life is intrinsically valuable because it's life. And that's where I disagree. I think there's two things that make life valuable. I think consciousness, the ability to experience pain, senses and stuff like that, and personal identity. In particular, psychological continuity identity. So the fact that we have memories, we have relationships, people have relationships to us. I think those are
Do you need both of those, or is it either or? I just want to clarify your position.
Either or.
Okay, so if it's either or, then people with Alzheimer's have real continuity problems. You can't kill them.
No, because people still have relationships with them, though, right? So, like, just because you have,
I mean, you have a relationship with them, but with people with advanced stage Alzheimer's, they really don't have a relationship.
Okay, but for the sake of example, like, let's say someone dies, right? The family gets to decide what you do with the body. Because I know what you say. When you say, someone says, oh, it's just consciousness, and then they're brain dead, you say, well, can you stab them? No, you can't. Because that's the family's decision what to do with the body.
What if it's a homeless person who has no relationships and is whacked out of his mind on fentanyl? Can you just kill him too? According to this kid's logic, yeah, go ahead. It's open season. Somehow, I suspect he wouldn't say that, though, if he was seriously asked a question about whether that's okay.
It's the person's decision what they want to do.
So if the family decides to stab them, it's okay to stab the
when they're brain dead? Yeah, if they want to
No, not brain dead. Let's say that you're comatose for a specifically and predictably short period of time, say 9 months.
Say now, well, what is the person? Okay, No. So I would say on the legal grounds, it would depend if what the person put in their will. If the person has made clear statements like, hey, don't pull the plug on 9 months, then don't do that. Because I think the first choice is...
Right, but let's say the person has not made such clear statements. Say the person can't make such clear statements.
So and he's just in a complete coma?
Let's say the person has not drawn up a living will or had conversations like this. They're in a car crash, they get in a coma, you know that in 9 months they're going to come out of the coma and they're going to be fine. Are you allowed to stab? Can the family say, you know what, these 9 months, stab the dude.
Wait, so they're fine, so they're going to get their memories back?
I have an important question for this kid. What's your stance on Joe Biden? Because clearly he's not mentally all there and doesn't know what's going on half the time. Are you going to apply your morality of logic on abortion on him? I don't know. And by the way, that's not an endorsement for violence, okay? Violence is terrible. You know what else is terrible? Joe Biden's economy, okay? It's absolute trash, and I am sick of it, and I'm sure you are too. And that is why, my friends, I've decided to invest with Goldco. Why do this, you may ask? Real simple, guys. As the value of the dollar has historically gone down, the value of gold has climbed up. Sounds like it might be a good hedge against inflation. So if you're interested, check it out, guys. Go to rtmgold.com. You can click the link in our description or type it in your web browser. What's more, you can roll over your IRA and 401k penalty and tax free. Yes, you heard that right. Penalty and tax free. All right, guys, so check it out. Go on over to rtmgold.com.
Let's say they don't get their memories back.
Then I would say then that person is dead. And yeah, if the family wants to pull the plug, that's fine. I would have no problem with that. Yeah. No, I would have no problem with that. Because that person is
You're getting
dead.
into some dicey territory, dude.
No, I think...
As crazy as that is, I gotta say, I do respect the philosophical consistency and honesty. You don't see that with most leftists, so hey, hats off to you, man. That's respectable.
That person is dead. Right? And that's the best way to define life, is personal identity and consciousness. That's what makes life valuable.
Right, so I think that, again, if you were to say both, that's too much. And if you were even to say either, I don't think either one of those legs stands on its own. Okay, because what you really mean, this is the thing about having a baby. It's a process of development. Right? And this is the point that I'm making. There's a period in this human life when that child does not have, or fetus or embryo, whatever you want to call it, when this living thing does not have consciousness and does not have a sense of identity. But in 9 months, it will have consciousness.
Well, I
and
would say
even then,
even
by
in,
the way,
like,
ba-
3
by the way,
months it would.
babies don't have a sense of identity for at least a certain number of months after they're born. And when they eat this-
The babies can.
What's kind of funny is that this guy essentially just made a pro-life argument to Shapiro. It's hard to catch, but when Shapiro was saying the baby won't have consciousness till 9 months, that's actually incorrect. And then the kid responded, actually in 3 months it will. And he's right. That's totally true. I want to make a quick point to talk about just how wicked and terrible abortion is, but unfortunately, guys, I'm largely muzzled. I can't. All that to say, if you don't know about what a gruesome and crazy procedure abortion really is and what they do, I really recommend you look into it. Look into the whole nitty-gritty of it, the graphic details, etc. Live Action has good content on that, I think, and there are plenty of other organizations that do it as well. I mention that because a lot of people, in my view, are pro-choice only because that's the only side of the argument they've ever been exposed to. I went to public school myself my whole life personally, and I never once had a teacher show us what an abortion is, show us the nitty-gritty, the details, what kind of things happen, which are really horrible and gruesome, by the way. However, I did hear plenty of ham-ringing about how these evil, religious, fundamentalist, crazy, bigot, right-wing Christians want to take away a woman's right to control her own body. They're so evil and terrible. Right. Yet there's nothing about why they're against abortion, what they think it is, why they want to protect the sanctity of human life. None of that matters. Who cares? Totally irrelevant. I sincerely believe that perhaps a quarter more of people in our country, maybe even more than that, would be pro-life if from an early age they were fairly exposed to both sides of the issue. Because as we know it, only one side gains exposure in the mainstream culture right now, and it's insane. And make no mistake, abortion is absolutely another form of birth control in the United States, and that's a shameful stain on our nation. We have over 500,000 abortions a year, typically in America. Think about that. Think about how many millions of future lives have been destroyed because of, in pretty much 99.9% of cases, the selfishness of a person. I say 99.9% because a lot of leftists love to say, well, what if a woman is raped? That's 0.01% of cases, maybe 0.1% at most. And then I always ask, are you willing to concede that the others are wrong? And no, of course they're not, because that's just another bully tactic used to wag the finger of shame in your face and make you feel bad for being pro-life.
And recognize their parents' voices after they're born.
That's not a sense of identity. Rats can
No,
identify.
I would say it is, because it's a form of memory, though, right? And that's what I was using.
So are you a Jainist? Because animals also have consciousness.
I would say that killing animals is wrong. You have no problem with that.
So just to get this straight. Killing Fluffy the hamster, deeply wrong. Killing a dude who wakes up from who's going to wake up from a coma in 9 months with memory problems, totally cool. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You can have that position. I'm just not going to put you in charge of the NHS.
Well, guys, we're going to have to cut it off right there. I hope you enjoyed that exchange. I know I did. I found it interesting. And hey, even if the kid has crazy, whacked out views, I respect that he's friendly, seems like a nice person. He's willing to engage in great dialogue. What do you think, guys? Let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you thought about the video and what kind of content you want to see next.